Welcome to another edition of Fast Break.
I'm Penny Davis, NCAA National Coordinator of Officiating. The topic of this video is screening. This video will mostly focus on screens involving moving opponents. These screens require enough time for the player being screened to avoid contact by stopping or changing directions. The speed of the moving opponent is part of the decision criteria the officials will use to determine if enough time was provided. Appendix 3 provides guidance that the screen is illegal when the screener does not provide ample time, usually 1 or 2 strides, for the opponent to stop or change directions. Let's look at some plays. This screen, set on a moving opponent, is set with enough time for the opponent to avoid contact by stopping or changing directions. The screen is set and the screener doesn't move. The opponent, who is quickly transitioning up the court, continues to take 2 additional strides before colliding with the screener. Since the screener is displaced and is unable to resume normal defensive activity because she was knocked to the ground, this displacement is a foul by the defensive player, as it is more than incidental contact. Screeners can be offensive or defensive players, and can even be the ball handler dribbler. When the ball handler dribbler sees a trailing defender and extends her backside into the path of the defender without providing ample opportunity for the defender to avoid the contact, the screen is illegal. In this play, because this contact delayed the opponent, it is a foul. The lead does an excellent job extending their coverage into the secondary area to detect the illegal contact on the play. This is an obvious foul that must be called. Good team officiating. Handoff screens can be performed legally, usually when the opponent being screened is stationary and the screen is within the visual field of the player being screened. When the opponent is moving, the result is often an illegal screen because ample time to avoid contact by stopping or changing directions is not provided. These are examples of illegal screens because the screeners take a position so close to the moving opponent that these opponents cannot avoid contact by stopping or changing direction. These are fouls by the screeners. If the player being screened goes above or below the illegal screen and is not delayed, there is no foul. The screener sets a screen outside the visual field of the defender that doesn't allow the opponent the opportunity to avoid the contact. While the screener is displaced, the screener commits the first foul with the illegal screen on the moving opponent who is unable to avoid contacting the screener. This is a play that requires officials to see the play develop and to know the status of the player being screened and the screener. An illegal screen is the correct call on this play. A screener is not required to face in any particular direction at any time. However, the screening guidelines are the same. When screening a moving opponent, the screener must set that screen with enough time for the opponent to stop or avoid the contact. This is a foul for an illegal screen, as the opponent was contacted and delayed and enough time was not provided by the screener. Illegal contact by screeners can be subtle and yet very effective. Players do not need to be knocked down to the ground or displaced for it to be a foul. When the player being screened is delayed illegally, it's a foul. No player while moving shall set a screen that causes contact and delays an opponent from reaching a desired position. Officials must expand their field of vision to include the screener and the player being screened. A foul for an illegal screen should be called on this play. I hope you have found these plays helpful to improve your understanding of screens on moving opponents. Thanks for watching.
Are you interested in becoming an official? Go to ncaa.org/sayyes-to-officiating for more information.